I actually promised to make a follow-up video if my experimental video, Why Aren't My Videos Attracting More Views, reached 1,000 views. Well, so far it hasn't. As of the time of writing, it has garnered 159 views after almost 2 days. Despite that, after some thought, I still decided to make a follow-up video, primarily because of the positive attention it did receive. Currently, the video has received 25 likes and no dislikes. I've received kind and encouraging comments, and my subscriber count has doubled overnight from 12 to 24, and now 26. And because of this support, I've also decided not to give up on my channel. However, this does make the experimental video a real clickbait, since it clearly stated it would be my last if it didn't reach 1,000 views. And as a result, it also makes that video misleading, which I despise, at least when it's done intentionally. And well, it wasn't intentional. I truly thought it might be my last if it didn't reach that goal. But I have to admit, I also realized there was a chance it wouldn't be the end, even if the video didn't perform as expected. I knew that writing that thumbnail went against my principles because I don't like giving guarantees when I can't be certain. But I did it as a part of an experiment. I wanted to see if a thumbnail like that would make a difference. And even though it hasn't reached the target views thus far and may never do so, it did have an impact. It attracted positive attention, and for that, I want to thank you all for your support. It is peculiar though, it didn't reach that 1,000 views I was hoping for. Peculiar because for a moment I thought it would. The view count increased significantly in a short amount of time. It received numerous comments and likes, but then all of a sudden it stopped.
That's why I stopped!
And this puzzles me. I mean, let's compare it to my best regular video so far, the 7 Types of Egoists. That video reached 265 views but only got 9 likes and no comments. So why is it that my clickbaity video, which attracted much more engagement, didn't surpass the view count of that one? Alright, I also mentioned that I might address some of the comments on the video, so let's go through a few of them. So first of all, here are some of the positive and encouraging comments. For example, Wannabe Camper says, and I will paraphrase a bit, "If you keep going, you will build up a fan base." Thank you, I really hope so. Hashira Masenju says, "I like your music choice, editing, and honesty. Thanks. Yeah, I think it's not easy to find suitable music. It definitely takes a lot of time. Editing does too though. And thank you for noticing my honesty." And this also leads me to quote Clip or Clipe, apologies if I mispronounce any names, who says, "Proud of you for not quitting or trying to buy views and subs until now. This makes you authentic." Yeah, I consider myself a very honest and fair person. I would never buy views or subs. I always want to do things in the most honest and fair way. This is just who I am. I always do my best to stay true to myself. Def Not Twisted says that I should continue and that my videos are excellent. Thank you for that. And then there's the channel of Choo Choo, whose comment came in the last minute. They said I should keep going, that I have potential, and they also like my editing style and the topics I cover. I apologize for not mentioning everyone, but thank you all for your encouragement and kind words. I really appreciate it. Now on the somewhat negative, but in their own words, constructive side, Christian commented, "Your thumbnails are boring.
He does tend to get a little boring.
Your voice sounds like AI and is too low in volume or anxious. And lastly, your videos have a 2016-ish vibe and not that brain-rotted feeling of being constantly stimulated." So regarding my thumbnails, I recently discovered a comment that was filtered out which said that I'm a lazy and then continued with, "Is it really that difficult to put together a thumbnail?" And this is about the video where I challenged Neil deGrasse Tyson. I'm not sure what they were talking about. I actually made 2 thumbnails for that video. I did use AI to create that background, by the way, and which is no longer possible. By that I mean, in that software you can't use names of well-known people anymore. This was already the case in many other software apps. Anyway, but despite using AI, I did spend a lot of time trying to make both thumbnails look good, text-wise that is. So again, no idea what this commenter was talking about. Maybe they were just upset by what I had to say in that video. So I do spend quite a bit of time creating these thumbnails. I think most of my thumbnails have distinct styles. Sure, you can still think they are boring, and some people will agree, while some will not. But it's definitely something to pay attention to because, as I've demonstrated before, some videos barely have any views, and that may be because of the thumbnails. Now, regarding my voice, wow, I sound like AI. That could be seen as a compliment, given that AI voices are often smooth and clear, but I assure you,
my voice is nowhere near that.
It's funny though, but in the beginning I was actually thinking about using a text-to-speech voice. This is of course much easier than recording your own voice, but I didn't want this part to be too generic and non-personal, so I chose to use my own voice. And yeah, I think it's not that easy. I often need to redo paragraphs, even multiple times, like this one. So finally, regarding that brain-rotted feeling of being constantly stimulated that Christian is after, if that's what you're looking for, then yeah, my videos might not be for you. Personally, I don't enjoy videos where everything moves so fast, where people talk quickly, or where content is sensationalized. My goal is to genuinely teach people something and get the message across. That to me is very important. My videos are more educational than entertaining. And speaking of educational content, in my next video, I will destroy Sam Harris again, to refer back to my last video where I mentioned titles like these. Anyway, of course, I'm only kidding. I won't use a title like that, but stay tuned for that video. Alright, again, thank you all for your support. Reporting from a small town in the Netherlands, I'm Ronald Buskens, bringing this to you on YouTube. Back to you guys.